Admiral Ross stood on the bridge of the asterisk Retribution asterisk, his weathered face illuminated by the glow of tactical displays. Through the viewport, he watched as hundreds of warships assembled in Earth's orbit, humanity's response to decades of subjugation. "All battle groups report ready, Admiral," said Commander Davis, his voice steady despite the weight of what they were about to undertake. Ross nodded. "Begin the jump sequence." For 2 centuries, the Vexari Dominion had ruled this sector of the galaxy with unquestioned authority. When they discovered Earth 80 years ago, they saw only another primitive world to exploit. Humans were deemed partially sentient, intelligent enough to serve, but not evolved enough for full galactic citizenship. The Dominion established orbital platforms above Earth, extracting resources and conscripting laborers. They believed humans were docile, malleable creatures, a species that would bend rather than break. They were wrong. Behind the facade of compliance, humanity planned. They studied stolen Vexari technology, reverse-engineered their ships, and built hidden shipyards beneath the lunar surface. Military leaders around the world united under a single banner, the Earth Defense Coalition. While humans toiled in Vexari mines and factories, they secretly prepared for the day they would fight back. That day had come. On Vexar Prime, High Commander Thex relaxed in his personal gardens. The central planet of the Dominion was a haven of splendor, its crystal spires reaching toward twin suns. As leader of the galaxy's most powerful empire, Thex enjoyed privileges beyond imagination. His communication device chimed. "Forgive the interruption, High Commander," said the nervous voice of his chief advisor. "We've lost contact with several outposts near the human sector." Thex frowned. "Probably equipment failure. Send maintenance drones." "Sir, the last transmission from Outpost Krell mentioned unusual energy readings. It could be." "The humans?" Thex laughed. "Their technology is centuries behind ours. Their ships can barely reach their own moon without our guidance." "As you say, High Commander." Thex returned to his contemplation, dismissing the report that humans were useful workers, stronger than most species and surprisingly adaptable, but they posed no threat. Their military capabilities had been thoroughly assessed when the Dominion arrived. Primitive nuclear weapons, chemical propulsion, and rudimentary AI. Nothing that could challenge Vexari supremacy. The garden's tranquility was shattered as emergency alarms blared across the capital. The Earth fleet emerged from hyperspace at strategic points throughout Vexari territory. Outposts fell silent as human warships, built in secret for decades, overwhelmed their defenses. Each ship in the fleet represented years of clandestine work, resources diverted from Dominion quotas, and technologies reverse-engineered from their oppressors. Admiral Ross watched as the tactical display updated. First wave successful. Begin second phase. Earth ships, incorporating both stolen Vexari technology and uniquely human innovations, pushed deeper into enemy territory. While Vexari ships relied on shields and energy weapons, human vessels combined these with kinetic weapons the Vexari had long abandoned as primitive. The Dominion's defenses, calibrated for energy attacks, proved vulnerable to accelerated metal projectiles and nuclear warheads delivered at relativistic speeds. "They're scrambling to respond," observed Commander Davis. "Their command structure is in chaos." Ross nodded grimly. They never expected this. For all their technological advancement, they forgot a fundamental truth about humanity. "What's that, sir?" "We adapt, we survive, and we never forget those who harm us." On Vexar Prime, High Commander Thex stared in disbelief at the holographic displays. Dozens of Dominion outposts had gone dark. Defense stations were being systematically destroyed. Most shocking of all, the attacking ships were clearly of human design, but incorporating Vexari technology that should have been impossible for them to understand, let alone replicate. "How is this possible?" he demanded. "They're primitives." His military advisor, General Krex, looked grim. "It appears we severely underestimated them, High Commander. Intelligence suggests they've been planning this for decades. But we monitored their planet, their technology, their communications. They deceived us," Krex said simply. "While appearing to submit, they studied us. They learned our weaknesses." A junior officer approached with fresh intelligence. "Sir, the The human fleet is on a direct course for Vexar Prime. Their weapons, they're unlike anything in our records. Hybrid systems combining our technology with their own primitive but effective designs. For the first time in his long life, Thex felt fear. The Dominion had ruled for millennia by maintaining technological superiority. No subject species had ever turned the Dominion's own weapons against them. Deploy the homeworld defense fleet, he ordered, all of it. The Battle of Vexar Prime lasted just 6 hours. The Dominion's ships, though numerous, were unprepared for human tactics. Earth vessels fought with a ferocity born from generations of oppression, employing strategies that seemed insane by Vexari standards. Ramming maneuvers, nuclear detonations used to propel ships through enemy formations, and combat pilots willing to sacrifice themselves to destroy key targets. When Admiral Ross led the Retribution into the palace complex of Vexar Prime, High Commander Thex was waiting, surrounded by his guards. "You violated every galactic law," Thex declared, his voice wavering despite his attempt at authority. "The other galactic powers will never." "The other powers have already contacted us," Ross interrupted. "They've been waiting for someone to challenge Dominion rule for centuries. You've made many enemies, Commander." Thex's composure finally broke. "What do you want? Resources? Technology? Independence? Name your price." Ross smiled grimly. "What we want is simple. Earth will take the Dominion's place in the galactic order. Your technology, your worlds, your authority. All of it will serve humanity now, and if we refuse..." "Look outside," Ross gestured to the viewport where the human fleet surrounded the planet. "You believed you were safe. You were wrong." Within days, the news spread throughout the galaxy. The once mighty Vexari Dominion had fallen to a species they had dismissed as primitive. Earth ships now patrolled former Dominion space, and human diplomats were already meeting with other galactic powers. The message was clear to all who received it: underestimate humanity at your peril. They adapt, they learn, and they remember. And when they strike back, not even the stars themselves will provide sanctuary.